Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. It is December 27th, 2021, 10:49 p.m. Eastern Time. BTC at 49,657 on Gemini. Okay, so in today's content, we'll talk about BTC on the macro view. We'll talk about BTC, on a 3-day basis, weekly time frame, all the way down to the 6-hour 21 EMA, 6-hour 100 EMA, and all that good stuff, and what type of a price action market is looking to create, and how we could basically anticipate those moves over the next like a few days and so on, right? So now let's dive into the analysis. We're going to start off with the weekly time frame. The 6-hour is looking great, but we're going to start off with the weekly time frame first. Okay, so if you take a look at BTC on a weekly basis, it is not looking great. Okay, so as much as we want BTC to go up, we're still below the 21 EMA, and MACD, it is still negative. We talked about it as now as MACD dump below the weekly 21. What we said was like, in order to basically flip the bullish momentum, we need to get back above the 21 EMA over the next like a few weeks. So if you recall, the first pump we got right here back in the first week of December, what I said was like 51.7 going to be a resistance, and 45.5 to a 46K area going to be a support. Okay, and basically bulls basically showed up at 45.5 to a 46K area, and basically pumped the price back up to the 21 EMA right there, just about 51.7 to a 52K area. But just to be constant, my resistance was 51.7. Okay, so just to summarize the weekly time frame, right? We still pretty much on a negative momentum. Okay, so now if we basically want to follow the downtrend, the weekly 100 EMA, it is right around like a 35.5. Okay, and when we talk about the monthly 21 EMA, we will talk about the 35 to 36 up to 37 range, why it is so important and all that good stuff. Okay. So, hey, what's up, Jason? Doom Boy, thanks a lot for tuning in. KK in the house, thanks a lot for tuning in. All right, so we're done with the weekly, pretty much bearish. I'm pretty sure most of you guys already, recognize the bearish momentum. We talked about it, okay, right after we crossed negative. We said it is not time to basically, it is not time to it is not time to be extremely bullish. It is just time to be cautious right here till we basically flip bullish on the 3D. We will talk about the 3D time frame. It is very, very important to keep an eye on the 3D time frame, because you're going to get a better bullish momentum, okay, on the 3D than on the weekly, okay, because the 3D time frame will flip bullish earlier than the weekly time frame with a potential price difference of like a 15 to 20%. Okay, but we will talk about all that good stuff. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at BTC now on the quarterly, right? So on the quarterly basis, we will need to take a look at it on Bitstamp. So when we take a look at BTC on a quarterly basis, right, what I've been saying is like, yes, BTC on a, weekly, 3D, daily, 6-hour time frame and all that good stuff, they all bearish. However, something we just got to keep in mind, right? The quarterly time frame for BTC, it is not bearish as of now. Okay, even though we got a big rejection, right? It is not that bearish. Okay, so one thing we could anticipate like over the next like a couple of days is like, can we stay above like, let's say 44K area? Why 44K area? Okay, we talked about it previously. We said because if we close bearish right below 40K, the body candle doesn't matter. It is going to be red, whether the body candle going to be big or small and all that good stuff, right? It is going to be what? Red. So we don't care about the body candle. We just care about what, the color. Okay, if we close below 44, right, it means like we're going to get a shooting star, right? A quarterly shooting star for BTC I mean, for alt, I could understand like it could be, you know, just a dump and a reversal and all that good stuff. But for BTC, even a weekly shooting star is not a good sign. Okay, we talked about it back in June. I remember June, July 2019, right, when BTC was, you know, BTC, was looking to close the weekly candle. Let's go ahead and take a look at it, and we're gonna go back to the weekly time frame, right? Right here. Why am I going back to 2017? So right here. So if you take a look at it back in, June, July, right, 2019, I said it exactly, okay? And I said, guys, if we close the weekly candle, it was a live stream. You can go back and check it, right? July 1st, actually, okay, that live stream right before the candle close. And I said, if we close below the, below like a 10.9 and so on, it is going to be what? It is going to be bearish. Okay, we can retest 50% of the week. However, it means like, we're most likely going to go, lower over the next like a few weeks or even like a few months. And that's exactly what happened. We did retested the we retested the 50% of the body candle somewhere around like a 12 5 13K, right? And basically managed to dump much lower after that, right? So now if we go back to the quarterly time frame, right, we will need, okay, to avoid, we will need to basically stay above 40K for the next like a couple of days, okay, at least to basically try to keep up the bullish momentum, because even if we close bullish, right, it is still going to be okay. It doesn't mean like yes, in a low degree it is going to be bearish, but if we close bullish, even if we dump lower, we still got a bullish candle right here on a quarterly basis. Okay, so something to keep in mind. However, if we close bearish, we just don't know. Okay, if we drop lower, we will go back. That's the problem. Okay, I mean, we will go back over the next like a few months and so on, but you know what I mean, like go back deeper. All right. So now let's take a look at BTC on a monthly basis. So monthly time frame, what I've been saying over the last few months is like, the monthly 21 EMA, I'm going to be bullish, okay, at the monthly 21 EMA if we retest it, right? Even though, okay, if we go back to our previous, monthly setups, we can say whenever we retest it, we're going to dump below it. But as you can see, whenever we retested it, right, we basically tend to get some nice bounce. All right, right here, as you can see, we retested like a 6K and pump all the way up to like a nearly 9K area. Okay, so nearly 50% pump. Right here, we retested like a 6.8 and pump all the way up to like a 10.5, right? So which is also a nice 60% pump, right? So if we retest the monthly 21 EMA right here on a higher time frame, right, we still got a potential running flat right here, right? We still got a potential flat right there and a potential move to the upside. Could we dump below the monthly 21 EMA? Possibly, okay, possibly, all right. But I'm not going to be, looking for some bearish setup too soon once we hit the monthly 21, okay, till we get a, a, a plausible correction below the monthly 21, and we're going to be like, okay guys, we got to dump lower, right? But short-term support on a monthly basis, it is going, I mean, not short-term, but macro support on a monthly basis will be at the monthly 21 EMA. Right now it is at 36.7, okay, but it could be anywhere around like a 36 to 37 within the next like a couple of days or even like a couple of months if we do not retest it. Okay, so now let's take a look at BTC on a 3 weeks basis. So the reason why, I was saying back then after we retested the 21 EMA on our 3 weeks time frame, what I said was like, okay, whenever we retest our 21 EMA, we tend to move sideways. So that's why I was not basically extremely bearish after we hit like a 40K. So I was like, okay, let's just wait for the, for the 51.7 resistance before we go for a bearish momentum. Okay, and we retested 51.7, and as you can see, it is still bearish. So short term, I would say like a short term target for the bears could be somewhere around like a 42, 43, which is what I'm looking for in the short term. Okay, 44, 43. Okay, right now we just have to avoid, for the bulls, they just have to avoid like a losing 52 to a 53 area. Okay, since like we're dipping back below the low 50k, going back up above like a 52 could basically create a short-term bull momentum all the way up to possibly like a 55, 56. Okay, so something to keep in mind. But the 3 weeks time frame right here, it is only going to be a weekly candle because it is going to be the last week of the year. So we're not going to get a 3 weeks candle. We're only going to get a weekly candle on the 3 weeks basis. Hopefully you know what I mean. Okay, because this candle opened on the 24th and it is not going to overlap. You see what I'm saying? So December 31st, bang, candle going to close. December 1st, we will get another 3 week cycle. Okay, just like what happened right here. If you guys recall, what happened back in right there, right here. Okay, December 23rd, we got a candle right here, right, a new candle. And January 1st, we got another candle right here, right? So something to basically keep in mind. So speaking of January, okay, so if you guys recall what happened back in January on the 3 weeks basis right here, okay, what I said was like, okay, we got a rejection, right, but we're still bullish. Okay, and we pump all the way, all the way back up, okay, above like a 46 and so on. So if we close above like a 44 on a quarterly basis, right, our candle could look something like that. Okay, so it is still going to be bullish. Okay, so something to keep in mind going forward. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look at BTC on 3D. So when we take a look at BTC on a 3D basis, we will need to talk about our MACD. Okay, MACD right here, it is negative. Okay, since like our MACD, it is negative, right? Price is above, I mean not above, but below the 21 EMA. The only thing we can say right now is like the momentum, it is still down. Okay, the momentum, it is still down as long as we below our 21 EMA, right, on our 3D time frame. And at the same time, MACD staying negative. We talk about this setup like for the last 14 months, something like that, right? Since like BTC was at 10k right here. Okay, as soon as we pump above like a 11.5, what we said was like, it's time to suck it up. It's time to suck it up till we basically what? Close. Okay, open and close a candle below the 21 EMA. Okay, so as you can see right here, when bulls were looking for lower prices, I mean bears were looking for lower prices, I was saying like we're still going to be bullish because we're going high. MACD, even though it is slightly negative, prices are still above the 21 EMA. And we pumped all the way up to 65 when prices were right around like a 30k, 29. Okay, that was like what after the 3 weeks cycle closed, the first 3 weeks of January. Okay, I just showed you the candle, right? And I was like, okay, we're still bullish, right? So as long as we below our 21 EMA, right, on a 3D basis, we're still going to be we're still going to be pretty much bearish. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at BTC on the 2D basis. The 2D time frame, okay, it is a good it is a good time frame, right? Just like the 3D. However, sometimes it can create what noise, just like the daily time frame. But the noise on the 2D is not that intensive. Okay, it means like like right here. Okay, we got a bullish momentum, all right, on our MACD. But if you don't understand what's going on, you're going to be like, okay, we're going to dump lower, right here. But MACD was still pretty, pretty strong in terms of like a bullish momentum right here. That's why if you recall back in May, June, July, right, what I was saying was like 30k going to be our support. We don't care what happened below 30K, because if we basically take a look at it on a monthly, our monthly 21 EMA back then was somewhere around like a 25. So I was saying like, okay, since like our 2D time frame is, is already, showing us a potential bull trend, let's just stay with the 2D time frame, right? And basically accumulate anything at, around like a 30K. Okay, and that's where we basically got the nice support right here. And at 33, we said it is time to go long. Okay, so spot buy right here, 30K, right? 31, 30K, give or take. Back then, you're gonna be like, okay, I'm waiting for 30K when BTC was at 31. But later on, you look at the price action, you'd be like, okay, I was so crazy waiting for 30K when BTC was at 31. So, but you get the concept, okay? So the 2D time frame right here, the thing with it is giving us a very, very, very dangerous, okay, price action, right? If you take a look at it right here, and I said it multiple times, okay, if we get a 2D rejection, okay, it means like we're going to get a very, very hard rejection in terms of like a price action. Okay, it doesn't mean we will, but if we basically flip negative like that, right, that's going to be very, very, very bad in the short term. Okay, so we talked about it, we talked about it previously, on the 6 hour time frame, daily, 2D and all that good stuff. So we do not like to get a rejection on our MACD. So it is always a strong volatility, strong negative volatility. All right. So something to basically keep in mind going forward, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at BTC on the daily finally, right? Before we talk about 6 hour. So when we take a look at BTC on the daily, if you guys recall a couple of weeks ago, not a couple of weeks ago, but I think last week, right? Last week right here, after we got the bullish momentum, what I said, okay, a bullish daily MACD doesn't necessarily mean, right? Doesn't necessarily mean like we're going to be reversing, okay? Yes, we can get a pullback back to like a 51.7. Yes, you can be bullish between like let's say 47 to a 51. But if I'm looking for a big breakout, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for like a 24-30% breakout. I would be looking for like the 51.7 resistance to potentially, the monthly 21 EMA, which is going to be a nice 25%, 25 to 27% breakout and all that good stuff, right? So daily MACD, it is positive. However, the trend, it is still negative. Okay, the trend, it is still negative, and we discussed it previously. We said right here, if you go back to last week of May, right, May 31st to be exact, price action basically, gave us a bullish MACD, but we could not stay above the daily 21. Okay, and as you can see right here, we dumped what? We dumped nearly 20% after we crossed bullish. So, just because we got a bullish daily MACD does not mean we will be going to the moon. Okay, yes, we want to go to the moon and all that good stuff, right? But it could take time. Okay, it could take time to get the right structure, to get the right setup and all that good stuff, right? So now let me take a look at the chat room. 83 Maiden, thanks a lot for tuning in, man. Mr. Shu, ICX pumping going right now. I'm serious. ICX is pumping. We will take a look at ICX, right? So let me just finish up with BTC and all that good stuff, right? Hey, what's up, Emery? You slapped the likes. Thanks a lot, man. Don't slap it. Make sure to spank it. All right. So now let's go ahead and take a look at BTC on the 6 hour time frame. Okay, the 6 hour time frame. Okay, on Gemini. Okay, it is quite 6 to 8 hour actually. All right. It is quite important, okay, to keep an eye on BTC on Gemini, because if you guys recall a couple of weeks ago, okay, the first week of December, right, to be exact, we did not, okay, only Gemini, okay, created what? A flat correction right here. Okay, you could call it WXY, whatever you want to call it, right? But only Gemini created what? A double top, double bottom. If we take a look at it on Coinbase, right? Right here, it did not create, right, a double top, double bottom, because we did not get a wick down to like a 53. If you guys recall, I said it in our premium and at the same time in our public group. Gemini basically retested 53, but Coinbase did not retest 53. And you're gonna be like, why it is so important right now to care about like if Gemini retested 53 and all that good stuff? The reason for that is like right now, okay, if you take a look at it, right, Coinbase retested what, 42, all right, but Gemini, all right, did not retest what, 42. Okay, gotta remember Gemini retested what, 53 right here back in November, right? Coinbase did not retest 53 right here, right there. Okay, the first dump right there did not basically dump all the way down to 53, only dumped down to like a 55 and a half, right? So the reason why it is so important is like, if you take a look at it right here, Gemini is giving us a proper setup. Okay, whether you like it or not, it is giving us what? Another potential continuation pattern. What is a continuation pattern? A continuation pattern, it is nothing but what? When price action dump, right? When we get a dump, right? When we get, when we get a very impulsive waves, and all the moon boy is gonna be like, okay, we're going to the moon. Okay, we push back up, 15%, whatever. Okay, back to the 21 EMA on the 6 hour up to the 8 hour. All the moon boys gonna be like, oh, we back above the 50K area. Bang, we dump back down to support. Okay, we dump back down to support. All the doom boys like Nelson or Jason, whatever, right? Jason, 10K bear, saying like, oh, we're going to be dumping down to like a 10K, and bang, we pump back up above 50K. So all we're doing right here, it is just correcting. We're not doing anything, okay? Because over the last 3 weeks, okay, if you guys, pay enough attention, you can see like we're not getting any new price discovery, okay? BTC is just between like a 51.7 to a 45.5 on Gemini, okay? So people are going to be panicking whenever we pump 5% or when we dump like a 2%. But the most important thing to keep in mind is like, if you want to be bearish, you want to be bearish at resistance. If you want to be bullish, you want to be bullish at support. Okay. And I said it after the big dump, and I was like, okay, we were shorting at 51.7, and I said take profits at 45.5 to a 45.5 to 46K area, because on Gemini we could get a flat correction right here. Okay, back to a 51.7, and price action pumped back up to a 51.7, and now we're getting a short-term, a short-term rejection, which could be a long-term rejection. Okay, we just don't know. But the most important thing to remember is like a flat correction. It is in general a continuation pattern. Okay, yes, we can get a triple bottom. Okay, we could get a triple bottom, but we will need to get the confirmation. We will need to get the confirmation, and the best confirmation we will need to look for, right? It is going to be our 6 hour moving averages. I said it, guys. I said it multiple times, right? Till we get our moving averages right here to clearly flip positive. Okay, to clearly flip positive, right? We're not going to push to the upside. Okay, so right now, if you take a look at it on our 6 hour basis, we almost flipped positive right here, but you can see like we got a nasty 6 hour engulfing candle right here. Okay, price action can still stay in this range for the next like a few days, because you got to remember the quarterly time frame doesn't want to close below 44. Okay, so bulls could try to basically keep the price above like a 48, 49, or even like a 50K, just to keep the quarterly cycle bullish. Okay, even though everything is bearish, right? In terms of like 6 hour, daily, and all that good stuff. Price action can stay in this range forever, okay? To stay in this range, till next year, and basically we could basically look for, lower prices if that's the case, right? But as of now, if you bearish, right, just put a stop loss right here now, around like a 52, 53, just in case, okay? Got to put a stop loss right now. So make sure to join the public Telegram group, because I gave you guys an update a couple days ago regarding the 51.7 resistance and all that good stuff, okay? So it wasn't a short-term trade, right? I wasn't looking for like a 1% move and all that good stuff, but looking for a directional move, right? Like a 20% breakout and all that good stuff. And those 20% breakout, they don't come like every week, okay? If you get a 20% breakout for BTC in 1 month, right, it means like you're going to be moving sideways for 2 or 3 weeks before you get another, 20% breakout, right? Especially on the downside when we're dumping, right? You're not going to get like a 20% breakout every 3 days and stuff like that. Hey, what's up, iString girl? I mean, iString man. Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. Merry Christmas. Hamza, Mr. Sand. Hopefully, you got a sand short. I'm glad you did not short it at $5 and waited for, the breakout and all that good stuff. So now let's go back to the good stuff on the 3D basis, okay? So the 3D basis, we just, not the 3D, but the 6 hour. I love the 3D, but on the 6 hour MACD right here, we got a negative momentum again. And the reason why, the price action is extremely bearish right now is like the negative momentum right here. Okay, the negative momentum right here, and we above the histogram. That's why it is so juicy, right, to short when prices are above the histogram, because you're going to get a safer entry. Okay, remember right here we were shorting right there. Okay, we started shorting right here when BTC was right around like a 51.7. Okay, 51.7, and now BTC is back above the histogram and it is almost at 50k. So you got plenty of room, right, to dump lower. Okay, if and only if we're going to dump, because we don't know. Okay, you just have to put a stop loss and protect yourself and all that good stuff, right? But we will see volume is increasing on the 6 hour, at least on Gemini, so that's a good sign, right? So potential triple bottom support on Gemini going to be 45.5 to 46, and once we hit 45.5 to 46, we will basically talk about it again. Okay, I'm not saying we won't dump below it, or we will be pushing back up and all that good stuff. All I'm saying is like if we retest like 45.5 to 46, bulls, could be try to they could try to basically defend the 45 to 46k area. So bears, they just have to take profits right there and wait for a few hours or even like a few days to see if we're going to be dropping low, and put a stop loss still at 52 just in case, right? So just in case it wicks back to like a 48, so that way you're not going to get kicked out, right? So Mellow Yellow in the house, thanks a lot for tuning in. Hey, Mr. Pablo S. Crypto in the house. Clay in the house. Hey, what's up, Clay? All right, so now let's BTC is back to 40. Okay, it seems like I saw 40, 48.5, but it was a 49.5. I was like, we're pumping. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. So guys, if you've been following us, okay, at least over the last couple of weeks, what I said regarding Ethereum was like, I'm not looking for a 2% drop, 3% drop on ETH, okay? If I'm going to be looking for the, if I'm going to be trading the 3D time frame, I'm not going to be looking for like a ether from like a 4K to a 3900. Okay, so what we're looking at right now is a total bearish momentum. Okay, not a bear market. Remember, not a bear market, right? But a downtrend, short-term downtrend. So since our 3D time frame, it is still negative. Price is struggling to stay above the 21 EMA. MACD struggling to flip bullish. What we could assume, right, is like we could be dumping all the way down to a 0.618. Okay, 50%, right, to 0.618 right here. Okay, which is going to be somewhere around like a 32 to a 28, give or take, depending on how of a doom boy you are, right? If you're a moon boy, you could still wait for 28. Okay, but it's not guaranteed. Okay, for whatever reason. Okay, if the 3D time frame flips bullish, bang. Okay, if we flip bullish over the next like a few days, okay, and prices stay okay above the 21 EMA, it means like, you know, I'm gonna have to flip bullish. Okay, short to medium term. Pretty easy, just like what happened right here, just like what happened right there. So it is not a short-term trade where, you know, we're looking for like, let's say 38.50 to 38.50, 37. I'm not looking for those levels. Okay, so I'm looking for like a 50% to 0.618. Okay, the short-term trading are very stressful, like those 2%, 3%, 4%. They very, very stressful. Okay, but the longer term trade, they can take like a week, 2 or 3 weeks, or even like 3 weeks, right? But if they play out, bang, you're looking for what? Looking for a 27% move. Okay, so which is pretty juicy, right? So yeah, Ivan, thanks a lot for tuning in. William, thanks a lot for tuning in. William is saying back to a 42K. Hey, what's up, Strengths? Mr. XVG, is this a bear market? I don't know. I don't know if we are in a bear market. I'm not calling it a bear market yet. We will see if the monthly 21 EMA will hold. If we get a bounce from the monthly 21 EMA and okay, do not break out massively to the upside, we could assume okay, we are in a bear market. However, we just have to wait, okay? Because if we get a strong bounce off of the monthly 21, bang, okay, bang, okay. The monthly 21, it is right around like 36, 37. So if you've been following us long enough, we will see. Exactly, we've been saying like the monthly 21, okay? The hardest thing is like to flip bearish, okay? That's why I follow the 3D 21. It is not easy to flip bearish. I'm telling you guys, once you're bullish, you just want price action to keep on pumping, right? But if you just follow a very a very I would say systematic approach towards the bullish momentum, if we turn bearish, you're just going to be like, okay, we below the 21 EMA, bang, that's it. Okay, I might try to give you a short-term short-term bullish momentum. If you do not flip bullish, bang, I'm just going to follow the the 3D time frame bearish momentum, right? So so depressing today, Michael. Why is so depressing, man? You're waiting for 60K. Yes, Mr. William XRP 589 is basically saying like the lawsuit for XRP could take like several years, right? We don't know. I said it last year when people were being like bearish and all that good stuff. I was telling you guys, this type of lawsuit, okay, can take like a multi-year, okay, could take like a 2, 3, or even like a 5 years. Who knows, right? So you just have to basically trade it based on patterns and support and all that good stuff. But one thing I've been saying for XRP is like XRP macro support. Let's go ahead and take a look at XRP really quickly, okay? XRP macro support, right? It is 53, right? I mean 50 to 55. Can we dump lower? Yes, but XRP, if I can basically accumulate more XRP at 55, 50 cents, I'm okay in 2022, okay? And especially the first quarter of 2022. If we can basically retest like a 50 cents, bang, okay? Now, the only thing we will do after that is just wait, right? Because we at support right here, okay? Could we dump lower? That could be just some add-on, right? I said it right there when XRP was right around like a 23, 25 in our premium. I was like, just accumulate right here, 23 to 25, right? And we did pump all the way up to 73. And second quarter, 2021, what I said was like, we're going to be pumping toward $2 right there. And we did pump all the way up to 196, 195. So it is always good to, not financial advice, right? Always good to accumulate XRP on the downside when we dump it, not like when we pump it, okay? Buy XRP when it is boring, not like when we pumping. You see what I'm saying? Because once we start pumping, all the moon boys going to be coming out and calling for 589, right? And whales going to be taking profit. So if you buy XRP, let's say at 53, you don't care. You're like, okay, it is early 2022. I got 6 to 9 months for XRP to get the correct pattern. If we dump lower, we still, can reaccumulate and add to position for like a second quarter of 2022 and all that good stuff, right? But macro support in a short to medium term, 50 cents. I'm not saying we're not going to drop below it, because some other trendline traders might be drawing something like that and be looking for like, let's say 36, okay? So something like that. I'm just giving you guys an example, right? Because you got a lot of, trendline traders. They're going to be, as soon as we retest 50 cents, they're going to be like, okay, we're going to be, waiting for the trend line. But you just don't know when we're going to retest the trend line, because we could retest the trend line in August 2020. Price action could do something like that, okay, like that, and then we're going to be breaking out later. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that's how it is going to play out now, okay? So, but 50 cents, it is going to be a good level to, keep an eye on, and the macro trend line right here, okay? But Fibonacci traders, they're still going to be looking for some lower prices probably, right? If I can hold Tezos for a year, I'm pretty sure I can hold XRP for a year, okay? So 50% pullback, it is right around like actually 45, okay? So, which is pretty close to the macro accumulation zone right here. But let's see if we're going to retest it. I'm not saying we will, but I'm ready for in the short term. The 3D time frame right here, it is also giving us a negative momentum, right? As you can see, whenever you see this type of a negative momentum, you just have to suck it up, okay? And just be patient, okay? Right there, it looks pretty juicy, right? Right, looks like sucker could do something like that. I'm not saying it will, but let's see, okay? Let's see. Let's see. All right, so let me go ahead and take a look at the chat room. So guys, if you have any alt you want me to talk about, right? We already got nearly 40 minutes of live streaming. So let me know. We already talked about it, BTC, Ethereum, XRP, and all that good stuff. We will be talking about these alt on the macro level, not like 5% drop, 3% pump. Okay, I don't care about that, right? So what about dot? Dot, it does have a nice structure. So I was actually bullish on DOT from 25 to 31. It does have a nice structure. Yeah, we were bullish on DOT 25.5, right, all the way up to 31. It actually pumped to 32, but we're not looking for the top, right? So DOT, depending how you want to look at it, if you want to look at it in terms of like a wave analysis, right, and price support, you could be looking for like $11 on a macro view. All right, on a macro view right here. So that could give us the same setup we got on on EWT and on band, and I think on balance. Okay, a macro double top. It took like what, over 400 days for EWT to create the the double top double bottom. All right, so but you got to be very patient, because it could take a while. I'm not saying it will take a day or like a 6 months, whatever. But all I'm saying is the macro support for that going to be $10 to $11, right? If you want to front run it, you could be looking for the first bullish candle from the bottom right here, right around like a 13, right? Starting from $13 to the candle open actually at 10.5, right? But in terms of like in terms of indicators and all that good stuff, MACD, it is negative. Price is below the 21 EMA right here. Okay, so on the 3D time frame, the trend, it is still a pretty downward bearish, basically, right? But we will see once we regain control of the 21 EMA and MACD flips bullish, it'll be easier to basically just flip bullish on on dot. Okay, but we will see. Okay, and in terms of Fibonacci, right, if we do a swing low to swing high, if and only if, right, the pattern we got right here, it is a five-way structure, right, with a an ending diagonal right here. 50% to a 0.618 going to be at $9 to a $6. So I think like a $10 to a $13 range, it is still a safe area, just in case we get the macro flat correction and not a total pullback to a 0.618. But because if you're trading dot on a macro level, right, whether you buy at $10 or $7 won't matter at all. If you guys recall, when dot was right here between $6 to 3.5, what we said was like it is just under accumulation, because when dot was at $3 right here, 3.5, we were calling for $15 dot. Okay, and dot at that time was at, dot at that time, all-time high for dot at that time was at 6.8, something like that, and we were calling for $15 right there. Okay, so I just have to be very, very, very patient with that. But once again, okay, if we flip, if the 3D time frame flips bullish and price is above the 21 EMA, you just have to suck it up and flip bullish. Hey man, Jude Moonboy XRP 589 in the house. We just talked about XRP, Jude. So 60K tonight. Ivan is calling for 60K. Thanks a lot, Quiet Cook. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. So guys, let's go ahead and take a look at XLM. So XLM, let's take a look at XLM on a 6-hour basis, because it is creating a flat correction, just like a BTC on a 6 to 8 hour, right there. So which is a very, very bearish momentum. Okay, so in the short term, so excellent, we got the pullback W, right? X and Y correction right here. So we got a strong resistance right now at 30 cents. Okay, so we could expect a continuation to at least retest the 24 to 22 cents support area, right? So let's take a look at XLM on the weekly. So weekly basis, just like BTC and the rest of the crypto, most cryptos, not Luna. Luna is going to the moon and all that good stuff. So Luna actually hit our target range 87 to 127. We hit $100, and we talked about when Luna was like $50, right? In our premium. So right here we got a hidden. Okay, we could call it a hidden hidden bullish pattern, not a hidden bull divergence, right? But we got a a nice setup right here. But since like our MACD is negative right here, it is hard to call for this move. It is hard to call for this move, okay, right now. But it is a plausible pattern. We just got to get back above the 21. If we do, we can basically retest the 72, right? But since the 6-hour time frame is bearish, we just have to wait. If you want to be bullish, you just have to wait at least to get a triple bottom on the 6-hour. If not, just follow the trend and follow BTC, right? Because the next Fibonacci for XLM, if we break out below the 382 Fibonacci, going to be 50% pullback at 15 cents, give or take. Okay, so we got to hold 22 to 24. If not, it got to suck it up. Okay, it got to suck it up right here. And 0.618 going to be at 10 cents. But as I said, okay, these prices, it could take like a weeks or even like a month to get back to these levels, right? As you can see, after we retested, 21, 22 cents back in July, we retested it when? November. So July, August, September, 4 months, okay? 4 months. But the takeaway is like the trend versus the dollar is negative, right? MACD is negative. Price is below the 21 EMA on the 3D also, right? Of course, price is below the 3D 21, and MACD it is still negative. So we just have to wait for the next like a couple of weeks or even a couple of days. Who knows if we're going to get a bullish setup? Okay, if we get a bullish setup on the 3D, bang, bang. Okay, it won't be time to basically look for anything bearish. You just have to basically suck it up and basically accumulate the dips, right? Because every dip's going to get bought up quickly, right? HR in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Yeah, Jude 589. Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. Ivan, FTT, Jimmy Zappa. Jimmy. Let's go ahead and take a look at FTT. I like FTT. I like the market cap, but it is not low enough. Okay, so for FTT, I would just wait for the support area 21 to 22. I know it is quite painful. It is going to be painful, right? But that's what I see. You can even see the flat correction on the in this range. We don't even need to take a look at the lower degree. MACD it is strongly negative, right, on the 3D, and we got a negative momentum right here. So as soon as you define the trend, the short to medium term trend, you're going to be relaxed. For instance, like after we define the bearish momentum on BTC, right, on the 3D, I wasn't calling for anything bullish on BTC. Okay, even though sometimes I see like some bullish setup, like let's say from 45 to 45.5, 46 range up to a 50K. I just wanted to stay constant, okay? Because I know it is only going to be like 80%, 8 to 10% breakout and all that good stuff, but we can find those breakouts on alt, like the breakout from like a dot, AVAX, right? BAT and all that good stuff. They did give us some nice 15 to 20% breakout. But for BTC, right? Just stay constant once you define the trend. The hardest thing is like to define the trend, okay? And if you got a nice approach to define your trend, right, you just have to stick to it, right? Just stick to it, right? So if you take a look at FTT, the trend, it is still down, okay, on a 3D basis, right? It is still down till we flip positive on our 3D basis, and we will basically suck it up. One thing I like about it is like, take a look at the volume right here. Even though the trend is down, okay, the good news is like the volume, okay, it is still decreasing, okay? Just have to keep that in mind. The trend, it is down, but the volume is decreasing, okay? So it means at support right here, we could find some big buy volume once we hit the support area, if cannot when, but if we hit the support area, because we don't know yet, okay? This guy could be in this range the entire quarter, okay? Who knows? All right. But once we flip bullish with a big volume, something like that, right? Bang. Okay. So be careful with these big volumes at the top. I always say, whenever you see this big volume right here, it is a fake out volume. Okay. At the top, you want to see this volume at the bottom. Chili's CHLD. Thanks a lot, Jude Moonboy. CHLD. Do you mean CHZ or CHLD? LZ? Let's see. She probably mean like CHZ. So CHZ, just like the rest of the crypto, right? It is creating a you got a trend line support right here. The July lows, July lows somewhere around like right here, 20 cents. So let's see if the setup we got right here won't be a triple bottom, right? So if we break out below the 25, if and only if we break out below 25, we could be looking for the support at 18 to 20 cents right here. Okay, so that's the only thing I can see on CHZ as of now. Sologenic. I think you asked about Solo last time. I'm not sure if it has a Solo. Let's take a look at it versus BTC. Yeah, you got it wiped out. So Solo is definitely bearish. So we've just broke out below the 3D 21 right here. Okay, just broke out below the 3D 21. Join the public Telegram group, right? That way, sometimes we can keep up with these setups, right? If you want to join the premium group, just send me a message so you can join the SN premium group, right? Okay. So got to give it like a few more days to get a bullish pattern. We were supposed to stay above the 21 EMA right here. Okay. Seems like somebody just dumped the price. So depressing today, says Michael. All right. So what's the price for BTC right now? I think it's back to. I mean, it's not even that bad. BTC is only like 3% down on a daily. Yeah. So the support area right here, that's not. It is not looking good. The 8 hour is so negative. Daily candle open at 50.6. So the temporary previous temporary resistance right here could act as a temporary support, 47.8, 48.8 range, going to be acting as a temporary support. Could last for a few hours, who knows? But once we break out below it, we got 45.5 to a 46, support right here. And after that, we got the 43.8 down to a 42.9. Right? So bears, you just have to suck it up now and put a stop loss at 52.3, 52.4, whatever, above 52, just in case, okay, we get a reversal in the short term, okay? And, that way you won't be panicking, okay? So the hardest thing was like to get the second retest of 51.7, because you can't be bearish. As I said in my previous update, you guys recall what I said, right? I said, we got a three-way move right here. However, we could get the fifth wave, right, up to the 6-hour 100 EMA, if you guys recall, right? And we got the rejection at the 8-hour 100 EMA, okay? That's why I was saying like 51.7 going to be resistance, 51.7 going to be resistance, right? I said it, in multiple, live streams and all that good stuff. You're welcome, Mr. Shu. All right, guys, I'm just going to call it a day. Thanks a lot for hitting the likes. We got 29 watching, 29 likes. Doesn't mean like BTC will hit. Oh, we got 30 watching right now, okay? Doesn't mean BTC will hit 30K. We will see, okay? I'm just joking, right? All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Let's go ahead and take a look at ICX before we go back to BTC and call it a night. Forgot ICX, Mr. Shu. Whoa, ICX pumping. So ICX is pumping on the 3D basis. I did not have any ICX set up, but yeah, let's see. Okay, MACD on the 3D is looking to cross bullish right here. So, if we can stay above the 3D 21 and MACD over the next like a few days crosses bullish, right? We could be looking for resistance up to like a 250, okay? And, $3 range, second resistance. However, if we get wiped out back below 150, you got to suck it up. The reason for that is like MACD will get a negative momentum, meaning like it is going to get very close to the signal line, and it is going to do something like that, which is not going to be good. Something like that, okay? With a more negative momentum, because we're already close to the histogram, right? But let's take a look at ICX BTC. So ICX BTC, it does have a nice bullish setup, right? But the overall trend right now for the market is down, right? But we will see. What I was saying regarding the ICX bullish setup is like right here, okay? This is a double top, double bottom, okay? Just like what we're getting right now on BTC on a 6-hour basis, but inversely to the upside. So what I was saying was like, if we basically find support right here around the low 2000, it already hit the low 2000, did not just retested it, did not just retested the low 2000. But if we break out above the 5,000, let's say 5,500 range, we could finally hit our BTC target up to 10,000. Okay, 10,000 ICX, 17,000 ICX, you got to take profits. Don't try to basically hold it, because if we cool off, okay, we could be dropping all the way back down to like a, let's say 4,000, 2,000 area. I don't know, okay? But 50% to a 0.618 pullback, okay, you got to keep an eye on these levels, okay? That's the most important, not ICX USD. If you recall, I said it multiple times, ICX 1400 sats going to be support, and we will be looking for 10,000 up to 18,000. Okay, 50% to a 0.618. Not just that, right? But the March 2019 prices, right? We picked at 9,500, 10,000, just like one chain, okay? If you guys remember what happened back then, okay? I was trading ICX back in, back in February, March 2019, and I was very bullish on ICX from like a 6,000 all the way up to a 9,500. All right, that's when BTC basically, broke out late March, first week of April, and everything else started to dump. So ICX, if you really, really, really take a look at it on the macro view, it is still under consolidation. Okay, we just don't know how long it will take, right, to retest those levels, but it will at some point, right, retest like a 10,000 or higher. Okay, that's why I was saying just accumulate ICX under 2000, okay, especially 1400 sats, because you could be getting a nice 6x or even like a 10x, right, at least. KY. So Kai is in a double top right here. So Kai macro support right here, okay? For, let's say 4 cents on average, okay? That's going to be the macro support. We don't want to break out below it. If we break out below it, you just have to rely on your 0.618 Fibonacci, right? Or even like let's say 50% to a 0.618 if we break out below 4 cents. But primary support on average 4 cents on average. Okay, doesn't mean it cannot break out below 4 cents, but could consolidate right here. If we break out below like 3.3, 3.4, bang, just have to suck it up, because we most likely, okay, we could okay, hit the 50% to a 0.618. Okay. However, if we get another bullish MACD, the one thing I like about it is like I'm not holding any KAI, but KAI, whatever you call it, volume is decreasing right here. So for whatever reason we get a bullish news and MACD flips bullish, you just have to flip your bearish momentum, right, and look for 1.27 to 1.41, which is going to be 30 cents. Okay, a big difference. Okay, 4 cents to 30 cents right here. But once again, you got to get the MACD at least, okay, on the 3D to a flip bullish. All right, right. Then you could be looking for wave number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Could be even higher, right? Could be even higher. But let's see. All right. Make sure to remind me during my next live stream and all that good stuff, right? All right, guys. Thanks a lot, man. Be safe out there, right? I might be going live again later on tomorrow, depending on how volatile the market will be. All right, guys. Stay safe. All right. Thanks a lot for watching.